Hey everyone, it's Sam Bryant at Bryant Taylor Law. I wanted to make this video today because a client called me earlier and asked me a question about a patent. He has a software company and asked me to help him or find somebody who can help him patent the processes of designing his product. And I actually told him to hold off on it. I personally don't think it's a good idea to patent ideas too early. And I say that because I've actually been through this process. When I was with a startup as a chief legal officer and a co-founder, we had technology that we wanted to patent right away. Our idea was we patent this thing and it's going to protect us. And if anyone tries to steal our idea or our patents, we can go after them and at worst have a nice payday, or at best ensure that our product is going to make it to market without any significant competition. So we did that. We filed a PCT patent, which allows us to essentially get multiple patents over a lot of different countries, and we also filed a patent in the US. So this involved hiring an attorney, and I must say it was quite expensive. For us, I think we spent about $7,000, $8,000 over the span of a couple of years to try to get this patent. And meanwhile, we're a young company that's trying to grow. So we dedicated a significant amount of resources to try to get this patent. And 3 years later, we're still waiting in line to get it. So going back in time, I'm thinking, was it really a good idea to get this patent now, or could we have spent that money on something else and then worry about getting the patent when we're big and successful? Because when you're a smaller company, even if you were to be fortunate enough to survive long enough to get a patent after spending all this money, you have to also be able to have the resources to protect your patent. So if I developed a product and Nike were to infringe on my patent, I would need to have another attorney that would seek out Nike and threaten them. And if Nike ignores us, we'd have to actually go to court and spend more money and more resources to hopefully get a resolution. So with that said, I had these thoughts in my mind when this client asked about the patents, and I advised him that I really don't think it's the right time for you. I think that there's a certain time and place for a lot of things, and when it comes to forming a business, you really want to get your internal documents first. And if you have a business around technology, you want to focus on developing your technology in your way first. And then once you have a viable business or some sort of plan to get to market and you have a prototype, then you start worrying about the intellectual property. But before you get to that point, you really don't need to be seeking out patent protection. And if you insist on doing something, or this idea is just it's so valuable, or it could be at risk of being stolen at this stage, at an early stage of your company, there's another way to go about that. You can get a provisional patent for a fraction of the cost. That allows you to save your spot in line with the patent agency for about 18 months. You spend that 18 months and develop your product, develop your company to a point where you know you're going to be successful. And then once the 18 months are over, you convert that application to a full patent application. So then at that point, you may want to get the attorney and spend the thousands of dollars to get the patent protection. But keep in mind, you're still going to be waiting maybe 1, 2, or 3 years before you get a response to your patent. So to summarize, when you have a business that's centered around technology that you want to patent, just think twice about when you actually want to start pursuing it. You can have a very successful business, even in the software technology space, without any issued patents. As long as you have a viable product and a good business plan, and you have the legal protections around your business internally and externally, you're setting yourself up right for for excuse me for success. So as a business owner, focus on the right things at the right time. And if you absolutely have to get a patent, or you just feel that paranoid that someone's going to steal your idea and you just need to get some protection, one more time, file a provisional patent, spend the 18 months getting your product out there, testing your market, revamping, reorganizing the product, and then at the end of the 18 months, convert to a full patent.